Want to own your highest timeline? Oh, you guys, today's day 68 of 100 days of surrender. So where do I start? Holy shit, is all I like. Wow. Okay, so I've talked about breadcrumbs. I have been totally transparent and vulnerable about a lot of things on my journey. And the last 2 nights, I haven't been sleeping. So I woke up this morning. Let me start with this. Oh, fuck. I woke up this morning in a half day's sleep kind of conversation with my subconscious. And there's been a lot of activity, but the message that came through this morning, as I was in that in between world, which is the best, was welcome to your highest timeline. We're going to hand you everything. And I'm lying there and I'm like, what? And it's like diamond, like in my ears, in my room, diamond. You walked into your highest timeline. Wake up and look. Look what's in front of you. And so like jolts me awake. And I'm like, what the what? And then I can feel my guides like still showering me with love. Oh, so I have stepped into my highest timeline ever. And I mean, it is a continuous evolution that we go through. It's never ending, but I have literally stepped into my higher self, my highest self. And let me break it down. All right. Because now that I'm here, I'm like, oh, fuck, man, I know how to teach this. This is no problem. So, all right. 4 weeks, like I said in yesterday's video, I've been getting breadcrumbs and it was an endless trail that felt like it had no conclusion. I talked about all the pieces of the puzzle and we're looking at the piece of the puzzle, not knowing what it is. And then eventually, poof, huge picture, right? And so, you know how when we do a puzzle, most people will do like the edge corners and then work their way in. Our evolution is the opposite. It is the centerpiece that just keeps expanding. And so it expands. And you're like, oh my God, that's a unicorn. And then, oh my God, that's a unicorn in a forest. And then it just gets bigger and bigger and bigger. And it is limitless. So I've been teaching moving from survive to thrive in our ascension retreat for a really long time. It's quantum physics, quantum entanglement, the power of 369 off of Nikola Tesla's download, how to apply it in your own life. Okay. I've been doing this a long time. I get it. I've been working this. I can manifest absolutely anything in my life. I'm highly successful. I'm in love with my body. I've got it all. I said that yesterday, right? Like, okay, cool. Does it get better? I don't know. And then I woke up this morning to that like, diamond, like, look. And I was like, what is happening? And I woke up really early. I'm charged with energy. I finally went back to the gym. That was brilliant. Anyway, I'm walking around my apartment and it's like, it feels like I'm astral projected walking around my home. I don't feel, I'm like totally disconnected from my body. And I'm just like, why does it look so different? Like it's vibrant, it's bright, it's different. Like what is happening? And I'm like looking at my hands and I'm like, am I dreaming still? So I make my coffee, my normal morning routine. I make my coffee, I sit on the couch, I open Frankie's crate, I taco him in a blanket because he loves to be tacoed. So I taco Frankie, I sit with my coffee and I read 10 minutes of something that makes my brain work and 10 minutes of something that makes my brain go into creative flow. So I'm sitting there, I'm kind of reading, and I'm like, I can't even do this. Like, what is really going on in my world? And everything feels different. Like, it looks different, feels different. I have this feeling sensation since I was wee little that I would get that it's like this vibration in my core. Okay. So it's like in my navel chakra, it's just like, I talk in sound effects, deal with it. And then it radiates up and it makes my bottom teeth vibrate. And that's usually when something really great is about to enter my life. And I've been kind of residing in that like energy for quite some time, a little bit of a dip on and off. But mostly it's there. Well, it's like Kundalini explosion continuously right now. I am in a state of orgasmic euphoria. It's amazing. And I told you a couple of days ago that I hacked the code to finances. This is just in under a week. Under a week, I hacked the code to money. And there has been in my personal account tens of thousands of dollars. Just like, here you go. Here you go. Everywhere I go. I taught it to my mentors on the team, the certified Diamond No mentors. Endless money coming in. We're like, holy shit. What? I said I wanted millions. Like, hold on, here it comes, right? And so, anyways, the messaging that's been really coming through for me was, and really strongly over the last 24 hours, I've been in a real state of euphoria the last 2 days, a little bit longer, because like this is so much fun. It's so much fun knowing how to magnetically pull in your desires, right? And so I'm ready to be a little bit transparent about a couple of things that I haven't talked about, because you guys know my love life was like over and over again, right? Because I don't know. Anyway, so I do have a twin flame. I am very, very well aware of who my twin flame is. Twin flame relationships, I don't like to teach it. I don't really like to talk about it because I don't feel that twin flame is always a human connection, human to human connection. I think there's a lot of different moving pieces to this, and there's so much information out there. I'm not an expert in twin flame energy. So I kind of stay quiet about that. What I do know is if we want to label it twin flame, I tend to shy away from woo-woo bullshit, but I don't know. This is what's going on in my world. So I know that in what is out in the information in twin flame, your twin flame will come in and make you look at every single fucking shadow that you have. And you do the same for them. And as long as you are going into that shadow, healing it, and investing into your awakening, ascension, soul self, the union when you come back together is like nothing else. Like nothing else. It is intense. Look it up on TikTok. Just put in twin flame information or Google, whatever. It is raw passion. You live in a bubble together where the rest of the world doesn't exist. You co-create with universal flow. You understand the exchange of quantum energy and all this stuff. And I know who my twin flame is. I've known for a long time. You all know who it is too. We're not going to drop names here, but anyway, that came slamming back together a little bit ago, and I wasn't ready to share it yet because I was like, we'll see. So when I wake up this morning, they're like, you have everything. We're gifting you. Look. And as I'm walking around and my whole world looks different, I'm like, oh shit, like I do have full soul purpose. I'm in full soul purpose. Oh, I do have unlimited wealth. Well, neat. I do have unlimited health. I went from a girl who was in a wheelchair. I've had cancer twice. I've had aggressive fibromyalgia. I was told by the time I was 30, I was going to be blind and in a wheelchair. I had both of those experiences. I have had been labeled rheumatoid arthritis, lupus, all the things, right? I've been excessively overweight, excessively underweight. Like, ooh. Anyways, my body is so freaking vibrant. It's a whole other thing that I'm going to talk about in a second. So vibrant. Like it's just like everything is right there. And as I sat there in the kitchen this morning after my workout, having my second cup of coffee, and that was delicious, I was like, holy shit, like I've arrived. Like I understand how to have more of what I already have. And so that's my lesson right now. That's my mastery right now is just keep adding more of what you already have. There's nothing in my life that I do not want. I literally can say there's nothing that I don't want in my life. And it's all everything I desire. So, woo, like that was a huge moment for me. And so I sat there and I've been working on writing out this program. I taught it to the mentors. They're teaching it to their students. I'm teaching it to my students. Everybody is going like with this. And it's like, it's either love is flying in the door or money's flying in, like a lot of money flying in the door, or their bodies are whoop, shape shifting. And I was like, holy shit. And so I've been applying it to all areas of my life. And I had a really bad car accident when I was pregnant with my son, and it caused some spinal damage. And so every now and then my spine likes to flare up a little bit, and it's really uncomfortable. And so I've had a little bit of a flare up due to shoveling feet of snow. Anyway, like Mother Nature is definitely choosing anger lately. Not a fan of this. But I've been shoveling feet of heavy snow. And like, I mean, I have a huge driveway, and my partner is sick with COVID right now. So he couldn't support me with that. So anyways, it was all on me, and it's like huge. Anyways, so it kind of flared up my back a little bit. So I had a massage, and as I was having that massage, I was thinking about these principles that have been offered through my downloads. And I was like, I'm going to apply this to my body. So as my body was being massaged, I was really having this beautiful conversation about this is for you. This is for your healing. This is for your rehabilitation. I love you. I love you. And my body just let go in that moment. And now I'm fine. And it was like, I was like kind of stuck, right? Anyways, so I was like, holy shit, like this works for everything. Everything. And so I'm kind of like, do I really want to change a million lives or like a few million lives? What do I want to do with this? So I'm gonna, I'm just kind of blown away. I'm on 68 days of this absolute surrender, let go, stop being distracted, and discover whatever is fucking left in this fucking meat suit subconscious piece of me that wanted to be transitioned into something else. And so I've let go of so many things. I have created new habits. I have stepped in fully. I've created space. I talked about in one of my videos, sacrifice. Maybe that's not the right word, um, but I'm going to use it for a minute. Or let go, maybe. What are you willing to let go of to create space? So let's do a recap. I had to let go of a lot of things to create space for other things to come in. If you want more downloads, if you want to channel galactic or ascended energy the way I do, you have to create space. If you want soul purpose, you have to create space. You've got to let go of something in order to create space for that to come in. And as you surrender into that, oh, it's amazing. But then you have to be committed. That's the hardest part, I think, with humanity is the commitment piece. And not commitment to love, because we love that, right? Although apparently turns out my trauma response is run. Found that out. Become aware and it shifts. But if you let go of the things that are not serving you, we know this, things are not serving you, but what things in your life are you holding on to that actually aren't serving you and you're just not aware of it, right? So for me, you guys know I am hardcore with like managing every minute of my day because my goals are giant. So I have to I choose to manage every minute of my day to be fully committed to allowing this life to unfold for me. I'm hardcore. You don't have to be that hardcore. Your goals do not have to be as big as mine. But like I desire it. So what am I going to commit to? And it is about commitment. And that is the thing that I see across the board a lot, all the time, actually, is how do we stay committed? Because inspiration or motivation, sorry, isn't natural for humans. We are not naturally just in a state of motivation. We need to be inspired to be motivated. So day 68, I want you to take a look at your life and figure out, how do I create inspiration? And what is distracting me from creating inspiration in my life? Guys, I want this feeling that I have for the world. Think about it for a second. If 40% of humanity could be feeling what I'm feeling right now, this very euphoric, focused expansion of love and honor and trust, and I'm receiving that back to me tenfold, and everything I've given to the world, and I have worn myself out the hard way, let me tell you, I give a lot. but it's coming back tenfold now. And it's like, I'm in awe. And I know I'm worthy of it. That's a big piece for a lot of us. You have to you have to believe truly that you're worthy of receiving it. But what are we going to let go of? I've been on this journey for 68 days. I've gotten lots of beautiful messages from you and emails and you sharing your journey with me. So thank you for that. And I've watched a lot of you do some big, powerful changes. Some of you have even started working with me, which is amazing. And it's such an honor. Oh, I love it. So as a whole, I'm going to dive deeper in today. I just wrote the newsletter that's coming out. So it'll come out tonight. So today's March 7th. Talking about owning your highest timeline. It's time. And March is locked energy. It is energy that is either, the way I worded it in the newsletter was something along the lines of like, it's not a sink or swim energy. It's a fucking soar or sit back and watch everybody else soar energy. There is no gray zone in March. It is sit the fuck down and wait for your turn if you choose that, or take flight. Like, this isn't about the sink or swim. It's bigger than that. And it's heavy and it's going to feel these like roller coasters of up and down. So it's an incredible opportunity to level up, totally level up. So what are you going to let go of? Let's do another deep dive. Let's do another look at what is in our lives that we can release to create space to allow more in. And then how are you going to stay committed to that? It's a big part of the program that I'm going to be teaching. How are you going to stay committed? Because you have to commit. I'm joking around right now. Like, one of my mantras I'm in a poly receiving relationship. I'm in poly receiving. I'm receiving from my lover, my twin flame. I'm receiving from my soul sisters and brothers. I'm receiving soul purpose. I'm receiving wealth. I'm receiving health. I'm receiving joy. I'm in a poly receiving relationship with all that is. Oh yeah. And let's have more. Fill in my bucket. Well, my bucket's already overflowing. I'm gonna get a few buckets and let them all overflow. That's what I'm gonna do. What are you gonna do right now? All right, that's day 60, and I just talked your ear off forever. I'm just super stoked right now. And if you want the newsletter, go sign up at diamondo.com. It's coming out tonight. Oh. All right, I love you. Bye.